With the return of the malignant powers in form of the Sacrilegious Rings, Necro is going to be huge. It is insane how much quality of life and power that ring actually gives us. So I went ahead and tested it out, farmed it yesterday, got extremely lucky, got one with max rolled effects. So 1 second, 1 second and 8 seconds on the corpse tendrils. Now I went ahead and updated all my builds that you have available on the YouTube. We are starting out with Bone Spear, and it's extremely important that you use the drop down menu right here. I've added the Sacrilegious Ring right here, and what you can see is that we drop the Torment aspect. And while you might think that we might run into essence problems, this is not going to be the case, because we are going to drop the 2 points that we had in Death's Embrace now in the Sacrilegious version and are going to put them into Grim Harvest. This means that every time you have a corpse around you, that every time you your Sacrilegious Ring is going to corpse explode, which ideally is going to be every 1 second if you roll it max and are lucky enough to get it at the max roll, then you will restore 6 essence every second while you have a corpse somewhere around you. So that is actually going to offset the loss of the Torment aspect, which is going to give you enough resource so you never have to worry about your resource generation whatsoever. Plus, on top of that, you will always have your Flesh Eater active, because you will constantly be using corpses. And consuming 5 corpses is not going to be any type of problem, because you will have your corpse explosion going off and off and off and off and off, basically permanently having 40% increased damage and basically covering the whole area with your dot, which is also going to be boosted by the ranks of all corpse skills, and that also reduces the cooldown of your corpse tendrils. So you basically hit so many birds with 1 stone with that ring. It is totally fine for Bone Spear even that the ring doesn't have any crit or crit damage whatsoever. I for once thought that it's not going to be this crazy or even used in the Bone Spear build, but after running it, I have to admit that I was completely wrong, and it's actually best in slot even for Bone Spear, which doesn't really profit off the innate stats that the ring currently has. Now, this definitely changes for Infinimist, because the Infinimist is actually getting a lot more out of the ring, because we really want to have the maximum lucky hit chance on here, and also the ranks to all corpse skills is going to be crazy when it comes to Infinimist. Now obviously the auto casting of the corpse tendrils and the corpse explosion for you is going to be massive, especially for Infinimist. This basically already made Bone Spear into a 1-button build again, and it's basically the same for Infinimist here. And yeah, we got around this by just slotting it in here and changing some aspects. We got rid of the shadow damage over time one. We don't really do that much damage with our shadow damage over time stuff. Instead, X-File is going to take over the big DPS dealing role in the Infinimist build, and of course you will find all the builds down in the description below. Now for the Blood Surge, it's actually not that important to use it. You can of course use that. You would just get rid of the Untimely Death or the Osseous Scale, whatever you find best, but it is not as crazy for Blood Surge as it is for the 2 previously mentioned builds. And of course, if you have any questions to any of the builds, you can find my link to the Twitch, which I'm going to be live at right now, down in the pinned comment below and also in the description. We are currently blasting a lot of Helltide and a lot of Tree of Whispers to get as many Uber Dural runs as possible. Currently, I am sitting at 17 Uber Durals stockpiled, just waiting to be consumed. We are trying to prepare for Abattoir of Zir as much as possible, trying to get a Shaco, maybe even a Doombringer, and then at some point I'm also going to be theory crafting the builds for the Abattoir of Zir. This is obviously going to be happening live on the stream. If you want to partake in this, make sure to check out the Twitch link down in the description below. And if you like content similar to this, make sure to subscribe to this YouTube channel, and I'll see you next time.